I didn't always struggle with money because I didn't earn enough. I struggled because I used money to numb my emotions. Stress? Spend. Lonely? Spend. Bored? Spend. Frustrated with life? Online cart, checkout, dopamine. I wasn't shopping for things, I was shopping for comfort. But that short-term relief came with long-term regret. I was racking up credit card debt, draining my savings, and wondering why I never felt in control, even when I was making decent money. So I had to get honest. I had to get intentional. And I had to learn how to feel my feelings instead of swiping them away. If you've ever struggled with emotional spending, this video is for you. If that resonates with you, tap the like button. Subscribe for more content that goes deeper than just numbers. And drop a comment. What emotion triggers your spending the most? 1. I admitted it wasn't about the stuff. The first turning point was this realization. I didn't have a money problem. I had an emotional regulation problem. Most of my purchases weren't about need, they were about numbing. Buying new clothes made me feel more confident for a day. Ordering takeout gave me comfort when I felt alone. Random Amazon buys made me feel in control when life felt chaotic. But that feeling never lasted, and my bank account paid the price. Once I accepted that truth, I could finally start addressing the real issue. 2. I started tracking my triggers, not just my spending. Most budgeting advice tells you to track your expenses. I went a level deeper. I tracked my emotional state before every purchase. Every time I reached for my wallet or opened a shopping app, I asked, what am I feeling right now? Do I actually need this? What am I hoping this purchase will fix? I kept a note in my phone and started seeing patterns. Lonely equals Uber Eats. Insecure equals new clothes. Overwhelmed equals random tech gadgets. Seeing those patterns helped me realize my spending wasn't random, it was emotional. And once I could see the emotion, I could choose a different response. 3. I created a 24-hour rule for emotional spending. One of the biggest things that helped? A simple rule. If I feel emotional, I wait 24 hours before buying anything. No exceptions. Even if it was on sale. Even if it was only $20. I'd bookmark it, screenshot it, save it to my cart, but not buy it. And you know what happened? 90% of the time, the urge faded. The emotion passed. And I realized I didn't even want it anymore. That 24-hour pause saved me hundreds, and helped me reclaim control. 4. I replaced the spending habit with something that actually helped. When you stop emotional spending, you have to replace it with something better. So I made a list of non-spending coping tools: journaling, going for a walk, calling a friend, doing a 5-minute meditation, cleaning a small space in my room, listening to music that shifts my energy. Whenever I got the urge to shop out of emotion, I picked something from the list instead. Did it always work perfectly? No. But it gave me a new pattern, and slowly, the spending urge got weaker. 5. I set a goal that felt bigger than the impulse. I stopped just saying, I want to save money, and I started saying, I want to build a life where I don't feel trapped. I gave my money a mission. Build a 3-month emergency fund. Save for a trip I'd always dreamed of. Pay off the credit card that made me anxious. And I tracked progress visually, on a wall chart, not just an app. Every time I didn't spend emotionally, I saw my goal get closer. And that became more satisfying than any impulse buy ever was. 6. I made savings feel as good as spending. Let's be real, spending feels good because it's instant gratification. So I made saving feel good, too. I celebrated small milestones. Saved $100 this week? That's a win. I gave myself permission to have a fun money category, without guilt. I watched my savings grow and actually felt proud, not deprived. Eventually, saving became the new dopamine. And for the first time, I felt empowered, not restricted. 7. I forgave my past self and focused forward. I could have shamed myself for all the money I wasted. But shame doesn't build better habits, compassion does. I looked back and saw someone who was just trying to cope. Someone who didn't have the tools, until now. So I let go of regret and I focused on what I could control moving forward. And day by day, decision by decision, I rewrote my financial story. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be honest. If emotional spending is something you've struggled with, you're not weak. You're human. And guess what? You can change it. Not overnight, not with willpower alone. But with awareness, with intention, with tools that actually help. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be honest about what's driving your spending. And be brave enough to try something different. So if this video gave you clarity, smash that like button. Subscribe for more content that goes deeper than just budgets and numbers. And drop a comment below. What's helped you manage emotional spending, or what are you still struggling with? Feel your feelings, build your savings, and take back control, one decision at a time.